Okay, two things. One is here, we said that you have to do design control. That's FDA required, right? But in addition to that, you also have to look at meet the commercial requirements. Okay, and think of this as like, this is a great slide image that Scheller put together, like Panama Canal, right? This is like the locks, right? So the ship comes here, then it floods that. Once it equilibrates, then you go to the next stage. Okay? So using this stage gate approach, what happens is that one function, right? Product development has marketing, engineering, manufacturing, regulatory, many different functions. You don't have 5 out of the 6 functions already and sort of say, you know what, engineering is still has some issue that they need to resolve. Right? You don't go from one gate to the other until all the deliverables are met. And even if you do it with the known risk. Right? If you're sort of saying engineering is only 3 months away, all right, we'll assume that risk and then go to the next stage. So that prevents, because oftentimes, especially in the startup world, right, they have a business plan. They say, oh, we should 12 months from start of sale, let's hire the marketing person. So he's on board, he's talking to the customers, but the product prototype is not ready, alpha is not ready yet. Then we say, you know what, we'll catch up. We'll skip that and go to the next one. And usually if you take that kind of approach, it just doesn't work. Okay? It is done using a process we'll call the RACI. The requirements of this process, right, a stage gate process, one is it should be scalable. Depending on am I doing a new curve or am I just making a tweak on a product, right? We can't have the same diligence or activities for both, right? So we have to be scalable. It should tie into project management. And the third thing we need is oversight. This is the project team, right? You have the program management, core team, etc. But this is the team that works on. Usually at a company you'll have functional, like I need a mechanical engineer, chemical engineer, software engineer. You'll grab people, a quality person, etc. You'll grab them on your team. And then there is this executive board, which essentially, even if we are not in a company, right, they essentially look at funding for the next stage. Okay? But in between that, you do need to have this, what is called a stage exit review. We looked at all the deliverables on the RACI, and we said these are the ones that should be completed in the concept stage. Okay? This is usually like a 2 to 4 hour type review, and you have to have that deep dive review which sort of says these are the deliverables that the team has to do, right? But this is like an independent review. Does the user needs, have they really talked to enough customers? So some medical device, FDA says start with user need. There will be a document saying user need. But when you come to the review, it's like, okay, who are we trying to sell to? Okay, we are trying to sell to cancer and orthopedics. How many of doctors have we talked to? That kind of due diligence and deep dive is what happens at a stage exit review. Okay? It makes sure that when you say a deliverable is complete, it is really meets like an independent, I'm not saying audit because audit is a formal word, but an independent stamp of approval.